Hello and welcome to another edition of the Coaches Show on SportsNetUSA.net and 90.1 FM KBPK. I am Ryan Osborne, and on Saturday, Fullerton College with a demolition of Grossmont, 44-20. They took it to Grossmont. On offense, they had 168 yards passing from three different quarterbacks, and in terms of rushing, they had over 260 yards by two different backs in Wood and Butler, who had 130 yards apiece. On defense, Fullerton College was able to force three different interceptions and were able to force a fumble on a two-point conversion attempt by Grossmont. They took it all the way back to the house, and Fullerton College comes away with a decisive victory, as Grossmont wasn't even able to score all the way until 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Fullerton College efficient on offense to start off the game. They had 3 touchdowns in their first 5 drives. This upcoming Saturday, Fullerton College will be facing Saddleback in a huge game against the Gauchos, as Fullerton College is looking to keep their playoff hopes alive in the SFCA Southern Division. Saddleback is 6-2 overall and 4-0 in conference play. That will be the homecoming game for the Fullerton College Hornets. You can tune into that on SportsNetUSA.net. I got interviews with head coach Tim Burns, wide receivers coach James Griffin, and defensive end Alvin Aniki. Coach Burns, on Saturday, 44-22 win over Grossmont, all-around effort by your team.
It was a good football game for us. I wish we would have thrown the ball a little bit better and completed some passes. But, anytime you can score 40 points and run the ball with success, we're going to have a good chance of winning the football game.
What area stood out the most for you?
Our defense played great. There's no doubt. And we had a couple big plays on special teams, and we had a pick for 6. I mean, those things change games, and that's what happened. The game was still somewhat in what I consider a close game, and we get a pick for 6, it ends the game.
On offense, your first 25 plays, 11 for pass, 14 on the ground. Was it in the game plan to make sure that you spread out the playbook?
We wanted to throw the ball, but once again, if we could run the ball every play of the game, we're going to run the ball every play of the game.
You mentioned the defense. 6 sacks on defense on Saturday. What allowed you guys to get to the quarterback?
They've been playing great all year. That quarterback held the ball because we had some good coverage, and anytime the quarterback holds the ball, we're going to get to the quarterback.
Was it partially due to the fact that they go under center most of the time?
No, it had nothing to do with that. I think it just had to do with our coverage on the receivers was pretty good.
Jarrell Moss has 12 breakups on the season, 2 interceptions. He had 3 on Saturday. What allows him to be so good in not allowing the pass to get to the receiver cleanly?
Not Jarrell, it's
I'm sorry, D'Angelo Ross. D'Angelo Ross.
He's been an outstanding player all year for us, and he's probably playing the best of anybody on our defense, and he's our shutdown corner. And so, we rely on him to do those types of things, and people keep on going after him because he's short, and he keeps on proving them wrong.
Is that the mentality of your entire defense?
I think that's definitely the mentality of him and quite a few players on defense.
On defense, you guys do have 25 sacks on the season. That's only 1 less than you had last year in 3 fewer games. What has kept you guys so aggressive?
We blitzed more this year because we can play man-to-man defense. I think we're a better man-to-man team than a zone team. So we blitz more. When you blitz more, you're going to get more sacks.
In the past 8 years, you guys are 18-7 when coming off of a winning streak of 2 or more games. How are you going to translate that success into Saturday?
I don't know about these streaks. The last streak didn't work out. So, our game is, we know this is a big game. This is always a great football game. I mean, for the last 8-10 years, I don't remember one game that's not gone down to the fourth quarter in this series. So I expect it to be a great game. It's probably going to come down to the last drive like it did last year, like it did the year before, like it did the year before. That's just the way this game is.
What are you emphasizing to your players during practice this week?
We got to be able to run the ball like we have on offense, and the receivers need to step up and make plays on man-to-man defense. If they do that, we're going to have a good chance to win. Our defense has to be disciplined in their assignments, play assignment football. If they do that, we'll hold their offense down. If we don't start doing our assignments, you're going to see them run up and down the field and score a lot of points.
8 weeks into the season, what has surprised you so far about this football team?
I think I was disappointed at first, just because we've lost some games that we should not have lost. But overall, I think they're coming around. They're starting to play the way we need them to play, and so I'm still a little disappointed because I don't think we should have lost 3 of those games we lost. If you told me that we would beat Mount Sac, Cerritos, and Riverside, I would say we're probably going to be playing for the state championship. But it's not that way. So I think the hardest thing is for our kids to get ready and prepared every week, and they're learning how to do that. And last week was a big step forward because they went out and a team that wasn't as good as us, we didn't play down their level. We stepped up a level and went and won that football game.
Now, coming off of 3 straight wins, does that give you the confidence going into a big in-conference game this Saturday?
I think anytime you come off of 3 wins, you have confidence, and so we just got to keep on having confidence and playing hard.
So I'm catching up with wide receivers coach James Griffin for the Fullerton College Hornets. Coach, good. Coach Griffin, your wide receiving core on the season has over 1,150 yards on the season. What has allowed them to be so good?
We did a lot of off-season workout. I mean, catch a lot of balls during the off-season. So I get with them on Saturdays, and we just did a bunch of ball drills. And so it's starting to come along now. We got a bunch of sophomores from last year's team who playing big numbers now. So, man, we're just working hard, just trying to get make every catch and run every route like we're supposed to.
So does the sophomore previous college experience help?
Yeah, it helps a whole lot because, I mean, we got guys who played last year as freshmen. So last year they was everywhere. So this year they know what they're doing. They playing faster. We catching the balls better. And, I mean, we having a good season. I mean, we got 2 more games left, and I think their biggest game have not came yet. So.
Now, when you do get college freshmen coming in, how do you take them from very young freshman wide receivers into mature college-ready receivers after the end of their sophomore year?
I mean, usually this year I think we had about 8 freshmen come in. So what I did with those freshmen that last year we did early was to grab them and get them in the film room. First of all, you got to teach them how to watch film. I mean, some guys played at some high schools where film wasn't a lot. Well, here we watch film every day, so that's part of our preparation. So that's what I did with the guys is get them in the film room, make sure they know what they're supposed to do before they go out on the field. So it came out to work. I mean, we had a couple injuries this year. We lost a key receiver, Ryan Marcus, which, I mean, he was a hell of a receiver. I mean, all conference last year. But we had a bunch of freshmen who came in here and worked their tails off, and they stepped up.
So film is essential to the wide receiving position.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It's very essential to them because, I mean, like I said, we have a bunch of sophomores that came back last year, and so they've been playing a big brother role to the younger guys. So that's what I really wanted for them to do is to bring in the freshmen and help them learn how to play the Hornet way.
How athletic do you have to be a wide receiver?
I mean, you got to be real athletic. You got to be real athletic. You got to be big and physical. I mean, around here we run the ball. So if you can't block, you can't play here. So, and the guys that you have to buy into it. Like we say, it's the Hornets way. So if you buy into our way and run, block, and passing and everything else, it shouldn't even matter. So, I mean, we recruit good guys, and so they come in the program, they know what we want, and know what we asking for, and we get the job done.
So I'm here with Alvin Aniki, defensive end for the Fullerton College Hornets. Alvin, grueling year so far. How are you feeling going into the Saddleback game on Saturday?
Well, at the start of the year, you feel me, we started off pretty rough. I wish we could, you feel me, like how we playing right now, I wish we would have started off like that. But, you feel me, now that we picked up steam, I feel like we got this, though. You feel me? And we make the state a win, you know?
What are some of the techniques that go into being a defensive end?
Well, Coach Sower, you feel me, he be stressing via the neck. So you got to get to the V, help out the linebackers, you feel me, so they don't be getting picked up by the old lineman. And when it gets to pass rushing, feel me, hit him with the rip, a swim, feel me, cup rip, a little something like.
How physical does it get down there in the trenches?
Whew. It be getting physical, especially when them cuts be coming, you know. You got to play the cut sometimes. You're not always going to get there. And when that double team come, you got to get tough, man. It be rough sometimes, though, for real.
Is it hard to shuck off an offensive lineman and get into the backfield?
If you don't beat the neck, it definitely is. Once they get into your body, some of them got a good grip, so it's hard to get off. So you want to make sure you get extension and then rip off so they don't get into you.
How important is body positioning?
Body positioning is everything. You feel me? Like if you're supposed to hold the outside and you get inside, they're gonna see that and they're gonna try to get outside of you, and then that could just mess up the whole play because that's where you're supposed to be at. Everybody else somewhere else doing their thing, and then they could get one on you.
So you have an assigned area that you have to hold off?
Yes, sir. All the time.
So when you're going against a team such as Saddleback, good offensive line, what are you seeing in film?
Well, they're pretty quick. They like to, get to where they're supposed to be really fast. So we got to just do what we're coached up to do, and read our keys and make plays.
What do you feel when you do end up getting to the quarterback, sacking him, loss of 6?
Man, it's the best feeling. You can't wait for it to happen again. Just waiting for that moment where they take a pass. Hopefully the DB is going to lock them down. You feel me? You get there.
So it's important that both the defensive backs, linebackers, and defensive ends are all in communication and working together?
Very important. I mean, if we doing our thing, it's going to get the DBs a chance to get a pick. If they doing their thing, it gives us a chance to get a sack and vice versa. You feel me? We all help each other out.
How hard do you go during practice when you know that you have a big, tough game in conference on Saturday?
Man, we be going all out at practice sometimes. Like, conference game or not, like, when we know it's a big game, we got to step up. We going to step up and we going to practice hard. And you feel me? Like, when you practice how you play, so we practice hard, carry it over to the games.
Well, thank you. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Here's to hoping you get a sack.
Yes, sir.
I'm here with Alvin Aniki, defensive end for the Fullerton College Hornets. So this has been another edition of the Coaches Show on SportsNetUSA.net and 90.1 FM KBPK. I'm Ryan Osborne. Don't forget to tune in next week where there will be a recap of the Saddleback game and Fullerton College looking forward to that final regular season game of the year against Palomar.